How you feeling? You got John Riggs here with a copy of WWE 2K Battlegrounds, now available for your PlayStation 4. It's also on the Nintendo Switch. And if you get it on the Xbox One, it'll even say that it's compatible with Xbox Series X. I thought it was really cool to see stuff like that already, even though these consoles aren't even out for a couple more months. But in this video, I got a lot of people asking, how is this game? How's this wrestling game compared to other wrestling games? I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I thought I'd talk about it a little bit in this video. And if you're new to the channel, I thank you for your subscription. I do at least 2 videos a week, usually dealing with old school, but I love wrestling games. I love the new stuff too. I'm glad you're watching all the same. Thank you for your time and attention. So after the last few WWE games haven't been great, I was looking forward to this one because it looks a little bit different. You know, try something new, and now's the good time to, try something else new. The first thing you want to notice is how huge this character roster is. So you start out with Bray Wyatt, you got The Undertaker, Yokozuna's in there, some of the legends, some new guys, some younger guys, some older guys. It's all in here. A lot of the women wrestlers are in here as well, and that's when it stops from the default. All right? Now you have a bunch of people who are in packaging. And that's why the characters look a little different than you're used to, is because they're basically action figures. It's like Super Smash Brothers are supposed to be toys, not the actual characters. In this game, you're playing as like the wrestling toys, basically. So these characters are unlockable. You can actually use these by using those coins, or you can use points. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of gameplay to build up enough points to unlock some of these characters. But when you get a chance, when you can, you play the game long enough. I played this game for, I think I played it for about an hour or so, but I had enough that I could unlock Xavier Woods here. Yeah, it gives you kind of a cool look and see what happens. But if you want to go straight to the chase, these coins, you have to purchase them in advance. You can purchase them through the PlayStation Store. If you want to go that route, microtransactions, go for it. But if you don't want to pay any money and put the time in, you'll be able to unlock whoever you need to unlock along the way too. The other question is there a Create a Wrestler feature? And there is, kind of. Not where you're used to. Not a lot of functionality, not a lot of maybe creativity is involved with this one. I can't really create myself, for instance. A lot of other wrestling games, I kind of can. This one's just like, some basic things you can do, some basic outfits. You can unlock these really cool outfits, and that might be the way to go. Instead of making yourself, just to make another character. And you don't really change the moveset either. You just get to choose like what kind of fighter they are, and then based on that, that's their moveset. Not a lot going on there. Same when it comes to creating your own arena. Looks pretty cool, but the functionality, there's more things in this than the other ones. You can actually choose what kind of audience you want, because there's some outdoor arenas. That's pretty interesting. The campaign mode, that's your story mode, and it is looks like it's going to be a pretty long story mode with different branches that you can opt in or opt out of. During the story mode here near the beginning, I opted to take a quick route to unlock Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. So I have those characters unlocked now too. It will go through, starting as a male, you'll end up playing as a female later on, and then work your way over to WrestleMania and eventually the Royal Rumble, it looks like, which is pretty cool. I kind of like also how, just the story mode looks. And in the story mode, you play as some random character. There's a story behind him. Yeah, that's me. So, how does the game play? Well, it plays a little like WWE All-Stars in the over-the-topness. It actually, to me, it reminds me a lot of like Power Stone for the Dreamcast, only there's no stones. You just kind of run around and do these moves. You have a punch button, a kick button, a kind of whip 'em ropes button, which is also your pin. And then your other one does moves where you can pick them up and then throw them. And then it's interesting enough, like the left stick moves you and then the right stick pulls off some grappling maneuvers. There is no grapple button in this game. Like you can't grapple them to set them up for a move. You can grab them, but it doesn't set them up for a move, if that makes sense. So, it's really more just action-paced, action-packed kind of a fighting game. So if you look at it in a kind of just fun 3D-esque fighting game, maybe a little bit like a Def Jam game, or a little bit more like a Power Stone game, a little bit of WWE All-Stars in there, you gotta look at it that way, and not look at it like a wrestling game, although it's full of wrestlers, of course. The entrances themselves are kind of cool for a second. It's just a quick how do you do, and then you move on and you play the game here. There's one-on-one, tag team, triple threat matches and all that, steel cage. But this one, of course, the Royal Rumble, my favorite feature in any wrestling game. And the Royal Rumble here, it's okay. You just kind of have to whip them to the ropes and try to, knock them out of the ring. There is no runway down the ramp, so when it's their turn to come in, they just teleport, which is kind of interesting. But again, seriously, still, Interesting setup and interesting to see what WWE 2K Battlegrounds was going to be all about. Of course, naturally, like later on down the list, like the more, like the Steve Austin, the Rock, the Triple H, those are going to be worth a lot of points or a lot of coins. You want to get some of the other guys that might be even worth less to you, but it's going to take a long time playing, and you win those points by pulling off certain maneuvers, by winning matches naturally. Along the way when you're playing the game, it'll say, oh, hey, if you taunt right now, we'll give you some extra points. Hey, if you kick him right now, you'll win some extra points. So keep an eye on that too, and you'll be all right. It's not a wrestling game, but it's something. $40. I bought this $40 brand new, and do I think it's worth $40? I mean, so far, I can see some gameplay value out of this. There's no online gaming, and I should rephrase that. You have to play online versus people you already know. So you can't play online just like, put me in a Royal Rumble, any match, find one. You have to have another friend who has this game and then be friends on their friend list, or however that works, and play games that way. Now, I don't have any of my friends have this for the PlayStation 4 yet. But if you do, maybe hit me up on PlayStation 4, maybe we can try a couple of rounds. But you can also play this couch co-op, so there's a couch co-op ability in this game as well. So thank you for that. You can play up to 8 players online together. It's an 8 gig game. If you're looking at downloading it or just pick up the physical, that works out just fine for me. And I thank you for watching, and I'm going to play some more of this, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you.